After I watch a football match, I just try to sit back and think about why a certain player made a certain decision. You want short of events to think and ponder about if you have looked closely enough. But before I could go in detail, this huge, massive event of how Maicon gave away the penalty was stuck in my head. You know those events where you have done something wrong, but if you commit to it to the best of your ability, you might just get away with the wrong thing you did. Consider the scenario where you are having dinner at your mate's house and you drop some curry on the floor. If your mate hasn't noticed, you might get away with it. So it might be best if you just sit back and let your mate find out in his own time and make his own deductions, instead of just owning up that you have just dropped the curry on his floor. Yeah, it might be, but if
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
my point being, had Maicon just held Aguero, he might have gotten away with it, but the way he partially held him and then left him attracted the referee's attention, which of course gave away the penalty. City built their attacks in the typical way they have been doing all season. One thing worth admiring about City is that they never changed their tactics for the opponents. They are like, we are the champions of England, we are favourites to win every match we play, the opponents have to adapt, not us. So of course the wings were involved greatly and the attacks varied from cute little 1-2s to direct crosses towards Zeko. But up until the last 10 minutes, City were largely restricted in their attacks, and it was because of the brilliance with which Roma attacked. Francesco Totti became the oldest goal scorer in the major European competition's history. A fantastic personal landmark for him, but the way he dictated the tempo of the game was unreal. He controlled the Roma attacks. Apparently he wasn't making any effort, he was just standing in the heart of the Roma attacks and just spreading the ball around perfectly. But to be fair, what allowed him to show off his passing abilities to such an extent was how many options he had when he was on the ball in terms of the runners off the ball. Yeah, Maicon did give away a stupid penalty, but his performance after that incident, let's just say he did more than enough to redeem himself, didn't he? Both the Roma fullbacks, Maicon and Ashley Cole, were so high up the pitch that City were mostly occupied with them defensively and did not have as much chances as they would have wanted going forward. Given that the Roma squad was hit with many injuries, it was an overall fantastic performance. The passing from Roma where the quick stab passes were always difficult to defend. Silva wasn't helping his fullback Clichy much, and it was from that wing where Maicon and Gervinho just bullied Manchester City. When caught on the counter-attack, the midfield of Manchester City did not track quickly enough and were mostly slow going back. Yes, the midfield has creativity and going forward it is quite exceptional, but defensively, Fernandinho was working hard going back. But one thing is reaching a position to defend, the other is actually making a contribution. This lack of work ethic in the Manchester City midfield might just cost them this competition, and they need to learn how to defend as a team. Roma did more than enough to win it, but a draw is perhaps a fair result.